Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel AgriAddict. So in this series of discussing previous year question patterns of ICAR JRF entrance examination, today I'll be dealing with the ICAR AIEEA PG Social Sciences 2020 question paper. So the economics and the statistical part has already discussed by Ajay and Anto. So today I'll be dealing with the extension part mainly, followed by general agriculture questions. Okay. So this is the first time where India has changed the question pattern. Apart from the single-worded multiple choice questions, India has introduced more number of multiple choice questions as well as statement type of questions. From that year onwards, we are getting that type of questions. So this was considered a little tough compared to the previous year question papers. Okay, so we will go to the questions. First one is a match the following. In the left-hand side, they have given different programs, and in the right-hand side, they are given the person or the organization launched the program. Okay, so regarding the programs, mainly three types of questions will come. First one, they will ask the full form. They give some short form and ask you to for the full form. Next one, in which year the programs have launched, and which or the person or the organization who launched the program. Okay, so in this question, first one is Krishi Vigyan Kendra. KVK has started in 1974. It is a first line transfer of technology program by ICAR. Next one is training for rural youth for self-employment, commonly known as TRISEM. It is started in 1979. It is a program implemented by the government of India. Third one is Nilokiri project. Nilokiri project, it started in 1948 by SK Day. And fourth one is India Village Service, 1945. It started by W.H. Vischer. Also remember the names Moser and Gupta. Okay, so the answer will be A3, B1, C2 and D4 option. C2 and D4 option C. Okay. Next question. Gladiolus is propagated by the method of. This is a general agriculture question and the answer is bulb. Gladiolus is propagated by means of bulb. Okay. So the general agriculture question, generally they won't repeat that much, but from similar areas they used to ask. Okay. So the next question, extension work in Japan was first started by. So the development of extension and the extension work institutions, organizations involved in different countries are it is a portion given in our syllabus itself. So regarding USA, England, Japan, so all these countries, the questions used to ask. In USA, the extension work is implemented at three levels: national level, state level, and county level. Okay, so like that, here it is asked extension work in Japan was started by. So the answer here is farmers organization. It's a factual type of question. These are economics I've already discussed. Next question is a statement type of question. First one, most of the social changes that took place in the earlier years in India were planned and directed. So social changes that took place in the earlier years in India. So we might have studied the pre-independence programs and post-independence programs happened in India. So when we are analyzing the pre-independence program, we saw that the majority of the programs were implemented very isolated, and it didn't have such an impact in all over the country because it is isolated and it was not that much planned for a country. So similarly, the social changes takes place in India were also unplanned, and it didn't have much impact on all over the India because majorly it was isolated, and either it happened due to some sudden issues, as a result of some sudden issues. So we can tell that the first statement is wrong. Okay, the second statement, social change can be predicted with a certain degree. This is also a wrong statement. We cannot predict it. Okay, so the first and second statement is wrong. Option B is the correct answer. Next question, again it's a statement type. Channel of communication constitute the medium through which information flows from a sender to one or more receivers. So in the process of communication, we have studied that from a communicator, the message will go to a receiver. From a sender to the receiver, the message will go through a channel, or medium. So the answer is the channel of communication constitutes the medium through which information flows from sender to one or more receiver. So this option is correct. First statement is correct. Second one, media is the message. This is a confusing statement, but media is the message is a phrase given by McLuhan. Media is the message. By that he means when you are studying a communication process, give more emphasis or give more importance to the media than the content provided through it. Okay, so for example, if you are go to listen about a crime scene or a crime news, if you are listening to it through television, a large number of people at a time are getting to know about the news, and it will create a more impact on them also. Instead, if you are listening the same news from your friend or someone is telling to you and you are listening and you are getting the news like that, so comparatively the impact will be less. Okay, so that is the phrase media is the message by McLuhan. So both the statement are correct. Option A is the right answer. So the next question is, which one of the following technique is used to generate innovative and creative ideas? Innovative and creative ideas. So the options given are general meeting, brainstorming, seminar, and bus sessions. So in general meeting, a group of people will be discussing regarding a predetermined topic. So it will not create any creative or innovative ideas. Okay, so this answer won't come. Second one is brainstorming. Brainstorming is the technique where a group of people will be there and they will tell whatever ideas are coming in their mind without any restrictions. So there will be two sessions, red session and green session and red session. In the green session, they will tell whatever ideas are coming into their mind without any restrictions. So that is the answer to this question. The technique used to generate innovative and creative ideas. In the next session, red session only, the screening of the ideas will happen. So and in seminar means a group of people will be there where the people will present the findings of their research work or the study or something. And in bus sessions, a larger group will be divided into small groups, and each group some topics will be given and they will present that. Okay, so the answer is brainstorming. Next question is from general agriculture. Flowing in wetland, it is called as puddling. Flowing in wetland is called as puddling. Okay. Next is also a general agriculture question. In the more than from the later years like 2021, 2023 and all, statement types of questions also came in the general agriculture question part in 2020 paper. Okay, Malvia seed cum fertilizer drill, which is a two-row machine with adjustable row spacing and sowing depths, has been developed at the Crida, Hyderabad. And if the rapeseed and mustard crops are harvested at 20% and above moisture level, they do not require drying. Both the statements are wrong only. So the option here is both statement 1 and 2 are false. This is a general agriculture question. Okay, they are having very less chance of repeating the questions. So we will give more emphasis to extension part. Okay, so the next question, which of the following are the process barriers of communication? So in the process of communication, we will have a sender. He will encode his message into some form of words or writing speech like that, and the message will be there. It will be decoded by the receiver, and finally the receiver will send a feedback to the sender. Okay, so there is the options given here are, one is feedback barrier. Feedback barrier means if the receiver means he might be showing some kind of feedback, maybe he's telling through his words or by actions or something, but the sender or the communicator is not getting the feedback. So that is a feedback barrier which affects the process of communication. So this will include there. Second one is decoding barrier. Decoding means after the encoded message cannot be decoded by the receiver. Maybe he's having suppose he's having a problem with reading. So if he cannot understand the words properly, he cannot understand the meaning of the article properly. So we can tell that is a decoding barrier. So this will also comes in the process barrier of communication. Third one is receiver barrier. If the receiver is having some kind of problem, or like he's not interested in the given topic and all, it can be considered as a receiver barrier. So that will also be included. Finally, fourth one is the encoding barrier. Encoding barrier means if the communicator or the sender cannot properly put the message or properly encode the message into a suitable form, that also will come in the process barrier of communication. So the answer is A, B, C, and D will come. Okay. Next question. In color theory of an artist, which of the following are secondary colors? Okay. So there are primary colors and secondary colors. Primary colors are the one which you cannot made by mixing two or more colors. Okay. And secondary colors are the one which is made by mixing of two primary colors. Okay, so I will show a color diagram, color wheel, this one. So here you can see the red, blue and yellow, RBY. Just remember, red, blue and yellow, they are the primary colors. And in between, purple, orange and green, these are the secondary colors which are made by mixing two primary colors. So red and blue mixed together and made purple, red and yellow made orange, and yellow and blue made together green. So RBY is the primary color, POG is the secondary color. So in this question, they have asked which of the following are secondary colors. So the option is green will be coming, orange will be coming, purple will be coming. Answer is A, B and C only. Option 3. Okay. Next question. Which one of the following leaders does not want to compromise in any way with their principles? Does not want to compromise. They are very stubborn and they stick to their principles. Okay. So we will see first one is political leader. Political leader, you know, to be in the politics and to act in the politics, there should be some compromises and they will be compromised with other political parties, other local leaders and all. So we can't say this is the answer. This is a wrong answer. Second one is diplomatic. Diplomatic in the sense that they will try to avoid whatever the conflict that may arise. So definitely in their way, compromise is the main key. So they are also not the answer to the question. Third one is agitator. So this is a new term, agitator. So for the process of social change, for the process of social change, there are three types of leaders will act. First one is agitator. Second one is innovator. And third one is orchestrator. Okay. Agitator, innovator and orchestrator. Agitators are the one who find out what are the social grievances, like what are the injustice things are happening and what is the major concern of the public. They identified the social grievances and provoke the crowd for an action. Like they made the crowd feeling that there are some grievances which should be acted. Okay, so they are the agitators. Next one is innovator. Innovator means they find some creative solutions for the grievances which are identified by the agitators. Okay, so they identify the grievances and provoke the crowd. Innovators find out some creative solutions to these problems. And orchestrator finally, he will coordinate the crowd actions. Okay, he will coordinate the crowd actions. So from this classification, they put this option agitator. So here also we can't say they are not the one that act much. Okay, they are not that stubborn that they do not compromise at all. Nothing like that. So agitator is also not an option. Fourth one is a reformer. This is also a new type of leader you might be listening. So there is something called Enneagram leadership types. Okay, Enneagram leadership types. In that, 9 types of leaders are there. So reformer is one among them. Okay, reformers are characterized by, they are called as perfectionist. Okay, they are having their own principles which are very stubborn. The name itself is reformer. They want to reform it. Okay, so they are the one who do not want to compromise in any way with their principles. So the answer is fourth one, reformer. Next question. Arrange the following procedural steps of scientific investigation in the correct order. Okay. So any scientific question investigation will start from the data collection, for which we need the questionnaire. Okay, so questionnaire will come first, followed by the data collection, second one. After we collect all the data, we will tabulate it. We will make it into different tables and all for proper analysis. This tabulated data will go for analysis and we will get the result, and based on that we will write the report writing. So the option will be B, D, E, C, A. B, D, E, C, A option, fourth one. Okay. Next question. According to the nature of the personnel involved, channels of communication are categorized as personal localite, personal cosmopolite, impersonal cosmopolite, and impersonal localite. So there are two words. One is personal and impersonal. Personal means me and you are having a direct contact with each other. Okay, that is personal. If my friend is here, so we are having a conversation which is personal. But I am watching a movie, I am watching a news through a media. That is not a direct contact, but an indirect contact. So I am not seeing the person directly. So that is an impersonal communication channel. Okay. Along with that, localite and cosmopolite. Localite means who are residing within the locality. Okay, say for example, opinion leaders. They are within. They are communicating with the farmers and they are living inside the locality. In opposite to that, cosmopolite means who are from outside the locality. Okay, they are not from the society or the community or the village. They are from outside. So the combination of these can be considered as the types of channel of communication. Okay, so first one is personal localite, which means personal localite means we are coming in contact with the direct person to person contact is coming. Also, he's from the within the locale. So the example we can tell opinion leaders. Okay, opinion leaders. So next one is personal cosmopolite. Personal cosmopolite means direct contact will come, and also but the person is from outside of the locality. Say for example, extension agents. They are not from within the community, but still they will have a personal person to person contact with the people. Okay. And the third one is impersonal cosmopolite. Impersonal cosmopolite means the people will not have direct contact, as well as they will be from outside of the locality. Say for example, mass media. For mass media, if you are listening something, if you listening a live recording of a news, it is from outside your locality as well as it is not in a direct contact also. Fourth one is impersonal localite, which means the person is from within the locality and you are not seeing him directly, which is not possible. So the option will be A, B, and C only. Option 3. In which of the following projectors the loss of light is maximum? Loss of light is maximum. So in general, we will say there are 3 types of projectors. Okay, direct projector, indirect projector, and reflected type of projector. Reflected. Okay, so for direct projection, there will be a light source. Okay, the light will go to the condenser lens and to the object and to the objective lens and then to the screen. Okay, so the light will be going directly, so that the loss of light is very less. Loss of light is very less. Second, the indirect type of projector. In the indirect type of projector, instead of a direct light source, either will be an indirect light source or a mirror will be used. Okay, so here also loss of light will be less but more compared to the direct one. Third one is the reflected. The name itself is reflected. So a series of mirrors will be used in this one, in which the loss of light will be maximum. So the loss of light order is direct, indirect, and reflected. Maximum, minimum in the direct, followed by indirect, and then in the reflected one. So the example of a reflected one is opaque projector here. Okay, direct example is slide projector and all, indirect overhead projector. Okay, So here the option is given as opaque projector. So the next question is, regarding the cone of experience, which one is necessary when real experience cannot be used or it is too complicated? When the real experience cannot be used. So I think all of you remember the cone of experience by Edgar Dale. There will be 10 steps initially. So there will be a series of methods in which, moving from top to bottom, the level of abstractness reduces. Okay, abstractness reduces, which means in the top there will be verbal symbols, and at the last stage there will be real experience. Real experience, which means that as you go from the top to bottom through different types of steps, the senses will get involved maximum, so that the retention power will be increased for the person. Okay, in the top it will be verbal symbols like you are reading or you are listening. In that time only a less percentage of the technology or the information will be retained in your brain. But at the same time, the last step is doing the real thing, the real experience. Once you do the thing, or once you go to the field and flow, then that will be the maximum memory that can be kept in your body. Okay, so here they asked the real experience or the last step is not possible or it is too complicated. Then what is the next step? So the second last step is contrived experience. Contrived experience, or here it is given as continual experience. Okay, continual experience, which means we are making a mock of the real, mock of the real experience, which means that either similarly working condition or similar situation in the surroundings can be given. For example, if anything related with a fire experiment is there, if they are demonstrating something related to a forest fire or something that we cannot experience in real, but some similar conditions we can stimulate, and so that what precautionary measures we can take, that we can made using some models and specimens and all. So these can be considered as a continual experience or the contrived experience, which is like the entire situation we are simulating. Okay, the entire situation we are making it in an artificial manner. So the option is continual experience, second one. Demonstration, and the third one will come as dramatized experience, followed by in the fourth or fifth step demonstration will also come. Okay, so here the answer is continual experience. Next question, if a teacher is on the dais 30 feet away from the last row of the students, what should be the height of every letter teacher writes on the blackboard? So this is a question regarding the letter height. Okay, letter height. So there is a box in the communication book written by Sandhu, which has shown at each distance what should be the height of the letter. Okay, so I will show. This is the picture. Okay. In starting from 10 feet, 20, 40, 60, 80 and 100, this is the distance from the farthest viewer, and this is the minimum letter height should be given in inch. It is given in inches. Okay, so here they have asked 30 feet, which come between 40 and 60. Sorry, 20 and 40, that is a 30 feet distance, and compared to that the minimum letter height should be 0.7 to 1.54 inches. Okay, but in the answer they have given 0.7 to 1.4 it should come, but this is the minimum letter height, so the letter height should be above that. Okay, so the nearest above answer is 1.5 to 2 inches. So the answer is A. So the next question is a match the following. In the left hand side they are given, okay, and it is regarding communication models. So they are given the elements of the communication model and who proposed this model. Communication models are an important question in the JRF question paper. Every question paper, 2 or 3 questions will be asked from the communication model. Similar to the adoption categories. In diffusion and innovation chapter, adoption categories also 2 questions will be there in every question paper, similar to that communication model also. So always try to remember the short form of the communication models. Okay, so in Berlo, the communication model we can tell as SEMCDR, which means source, encoder, message, channel, decoder and receiver. A go for 3, third option, A to 3. Next one is Shannon and Weaver. Shannon and Weaver, it is STSRD. Source, transmitter, signal, receiver, and destination. When you are studying, just give some importance to the specific terms also. They might ask which is the destination will come in which model. Okay, like that also questions will come. So option is 4. Third one is SRAM. SRAM option is SCSDD. Source, encoder, signal, decoder, and a destination. So C will go to 1. And finally, Rogers and Shoemakers, which is SMCRE. Source, message, channel, receiver, and effect. Okay, so the option will be A3, B4, C1, D2. C1, D2, option A. Going to next question. Next is a general agriculture question. So every time the major crops grown in our country and the pest associated with it used to ask, rather than the pathogens or the diseases, the pests are commonly asked. Okay, so when you're studying, give a little more importance to that portion also. So first one is rice. Rice will go to Gandhibug, A4, sesame, capsule borer, cotton, pink bollworm, and chickpea, white grub. The chickpea will go to white grub. Okay, so the answer is A4, B1, C2, and D3. Option C. Okay. Next question. Next question is the psychological barriers of communication. Psychological barriers of communication, which means whatever related with the psychology of the communicator as well as the receiver. Whatever coming as a barrier to this will be considered as a psychological barriers. So the options we will see. First one is field of experience. Field of experience is a mental frame of reference, which means that the things which are related with the past experiences, belief system of the person who is involved in the communication process. So obviously, whatever is related with this past or his belief system will influence the process of communication. So it can be considered as a psychological barrier. Can be considered. Second one is filtering. Filtering means if I am not interested in some of the messages, or if I am very busy at the moment, so these things will filter out the messages. Okay, not every message conveyed by the communicator will not receive to me. So that is also can be considered as a psychological barrier. Third one is psychological distance. Psychological distance is a term in a broad manner, which means any disparity in the psychological level of the communicator and the receiver can result in the psychological distance, which means there might be some differences in ideology. I might believe in something, my any belief or my religious beliefs or any principles related to any ethical issues, these might differ from that of the receiver. We cannot tell that two people will think or will have the principles in the exact same way. Okay, so whatever the difference or disparity will be there, so that the process of communication will also be hindered. So the psychological barriers, psychological distance is also it will come. Next one is stubbornness. So stubbornness can also might get confused, but the thing is stubbornness will act after the communication process, right? Like once the message has reached the person, whether to act on it or not to act upon further in the communication process, that is defined by the stubbornness. So it cannot be considered as a psychological barriers. So the option is A, B, and C only. Third option. Okay. Next one. Summative evaluation is conducted in which of the following stages? Summative evaluation: pre-implementation, implementation, interim implementation, and post-implementation stage. There are two types of evaluation, mainly summative and formative evaluation. Formative evaluation means you will be evaluating what are the available resources, what will be the consequences, like that, before implementing the project. Okay, formative evaluation. So that after this formative evaluation, the program will be changed or modified according to the this result of the formative evaluation. In contrast to that, summative evaluation. Summative evaluation. So the sum is there at the end, whatever the results of the project is there. So we will check whether it is attained with the, it is going with the given objectives of the project or not, whether it is used the resources efficiently or not. So this is after the project has implemented. So the first option is pre-implementation, before implementation, no. At the implementation stage, no. Interim implementation, during the implementation stage, no. So after implementation or post-implementation stage is the correct answer. Option is D only. Next question. It's a general agriculture question. 10 ppm of available phosphorus in the soil is equivalent to how many kilogram per hectare? So the general formula is ppm into 2.24. Okay, so here when you multiply 10 into 2.24, 22.4, which is near to 20 kilogram per hectare. Option A. Next question. These are economics questions. Okay. Next is, so the next question is, match the following. They are asked what learning through what you do, what you see and hear, what you say and write, what you see. So in the right hand side, they have given the percentage at which the information is retained in the person. Okay, so before that, we have to remember when you read something, you will tend to remember 10% of it. When you hear something, rather more than reading, when you hear 20% you will be remembering. Okay, so when you get the question paper and you are reading it, you may just retain 10% only. Rather than through these videos, if you are hearing, you will retain 20%. Then when you are seeing something, you will tend to remember 30%. Okay, and when you are saying, if you are telling something and or you are writing something, it will be 70%. And finally, if you are doing something, it will be 90%. So maximum retention is through doing. So this one is asked here, learning through what you do. The answer is 90%. What you see and hear, 30 plus 20, which is 50%. What you say and write is 70%. What you see, seeing is 30%. So the option is A3, B4, C2 and D1. A3, B4, C2, D1, option 1. Okay. These are direct questions. Next one, which one is the correct sequence of steps in extension teaching? Always try to remember the short forms of these steps in extension teaching. So here the answer is attention, interest, desire, conviction, action, satisfaction, AIDCAS. Always remember these are very basic but also always asking questions. AIDCAS, sorter, KPDIs in the chapter of diffusion and all. These all, the arrangement of these steps in the correct order is a frequently asked question. So here the answer is third one, C only. Next question. News is difficult to define because it has many variables. Okay. So the first statement says that, okay, when you are looking in the news, like you are reading a newspaper, very varying types of content you can see. Okay, something will be related to education, something will be related to politics, some emergency things like any accidents will be there, it will be explained, or any good news will be there. Like that, many kind of questions, many kind of news will be included in a newspaper, right? Similarly, you cannot define with that, like what can be considered as a news? No. So which means there are many variables will be included in the news and it is difficult to define. So the first statement is correct. Second statement says news must be factual, yet not all facts are news. That is a correct statement because you cannot make up anything as a news, like any fiction or any imaginary things. You cannot make it into news. For a news, it should be factual. That is a basic thing. But not all facts are news. For example, Earth rotates the sun. That is a fact, but it is not a news. So the second statement is also correct. Both the statement 1 and 2 are correct. Option A. Next question. Next question is also statement question. Statement 1. Message is used to convey the source's meaning by means of any codes. Okay. Message is used to convey the source's meaning by means of any codes. Okay. In the communication process, you remember there will be a sender, there will be a receiver. So the sender encodes the message into some sort of codes as messages, and then it will be decoded by the receiver. So the first statement is correct. He convey the source's meaning by means of codes. Second, meaning of the message are not in people. This is a wrong statement because the meaning of message is in people. It is in people, not in words. Not in words. For example, if I am telling something, I am telling a word shock. Okay. If a person who is working in the electrical field, he might think of shock in one way only. Okay, that is will be electrical shock. If a doctor is sitting in the audience, he might be listening the shock as something else, something related with the septic shock, he might think. Okay. So the meaning of the message are not in the word exactly, but how the people is interpreting is, how the people is taking it into their mind. So the second statement is wrong. First statement is correct and second statement is wrong. Option C. Next question. Formal control is the main characteristics of traditional rural leadership. Okay, so then we know the in the earlier traditional rural settings, a leader will be there, which is not control the society or the village by formal. It will be informal control will be there, informal. So the law, anything that is through legal, that can be considered as a formal control. That is mainly modern villages. You can see that. Okay, modern society you can see. So in the traditional rural leadership, formal control is not the main characteristics. This statement is wrong. Second statement, rural life in India has been more socio-cultural than politico-economical in nature. Okay, socio-cultural in the sense we know in India, especially the rural settings, we are more embedded in the culture of the society. Okay, the traditions, the culture, the societal norms, behaviors, everything is more having more influence than the political and economical situation of the village. In the traditional settings, it is applicable to the rural life in India. So the second statement is correct, whereas the first statement is wrong. Option D. Statement 1 is incorrect, 2 is true. Okay, we will go to the next question. Which one of the following is the first training group of the human race? So you might remember Mildred Horton. He has given 4 principles of extension service. Okay. In that it is telling there are 4 principles are there. First one, individual is the supreme of democracy. Supreme of democracy. Second one states that home is the fundamental unit of civilization. Home is the fundamental unit of civilization. Third one, family is the first training group in the human race. Second one, home is the fundamental unit of civilization. Third one, family is the first training group of the human race. Fourth one is the formation of civilization depends upon the partnership between man and land. Foundation of civilization depends upon the partnership between man and land. So here they asked about the third principle, which is family is the first training group of the human race. So the option is first one, A, family. Next one, which of the following concepts in the model of communication has been given by Ligan's? So Ligan's communication, always try to remember the short form, which is CMCTAR, which means communicator, message, channel, treatment, audience and response. So here the first option is treatment and presentation, which is there. Second one is audience response. Response is also there. And feedback is not here in this communication model, and speech is also not in the communication model, only it will come in the Aristotle model of communication. So the option is A and B only, second option. Next question, internet was started in. So actually this question we can tell in the 1960s internet came into existence at the initial stage. Okay. So initially there will be large computers, okay, very large and immobile computers will be there. So to transfer from one data from one computer to another computer, you have to transfer it physically. because it is very large and immobile. Okay, so as a solution to this problem, and as well as from the there was a Cold War existing between the US and the Soviet Union. Okay, so in this time also, for a proper communication, even the due to war, if the communication signals are going down, to follow a smoother communication, the internet has came into play. So that in 1969, ARPANET has introduced. Okay, ARPANET. So in the earlier times, 1960s, it has started mainly for communication, to share the communication of government to the people. Okay, so the answer is second one. Next question, which one of the following food crops is widely known as an industrial crop due to its extensive use in the livestock or poultry or biofuel industry? It is a direct question. Answer is maize from general agriculture. Maize can be used as a feed for livestock or poultry, or as well as in the biofuel industry. Next question, it's a match the following. In the right hand side, they have given major crops, and the left hand side, they have given different varieties. Okay, so Surabhi, Suraj and Supriya, they are cotton varieties. Lalit, Shweta and Arka Kiran are Goa varieties. PAU 201, Gondra Bidan and Pusa Sugandha rice varieties, whereas Vijay, Vishal and Virat are chickpea varieties. So the answer is second one. A3, B4, C1 and D2. Okay. Next is a question. Teleconferencing was started. This is also just a factual question. Just try to remember. The answer is 1960. So internet also, teleconferencing also was started in 1960. Okay. Next question. Next question is regarding adopter categories. Adopter category, as I told about in the communication models, adopter category is a very important portion in the point of view of JRF social science question papers. Most of the time they will ask to arrange the adopter category, each category in order of their innovativeness. Then they will ask about the percentage, how much percentage of members are in each adopter category in a social system, and what are the major attributes of each adopter category. Okay, so first we will see, first will be innovator, they will be 2.5 percentage, innovator, early adopters, they will be 13.5 percentage, then early majority and late majority, both will be 34 percentage each, and finally there will be laggards. Laggards will be 16 percentage. Okay, so we will see late majority. They have asked late majority is 34 percentage. Next is innovator. Innovators are 2.5 percentage. Early adopters are 13.5 percent, and laggards and the last one are 16 percentage. Laggards are 16. So answer is A3, B1, C2 and D4. Option A. Next one, huskless variety of barley is. So the answer is dolma. Try to remember some of the varieties if in case if it is having any specialty especially, so that it's having a chance of asked. Next question. According to the innovative decision process, which of the following are not suitable extension teaching methods at the implementation stage? So when you are implementing in the stage of knowledge, persuasion, decision, implementation and confirmation, they are asked which will not come in the implementation stage. So at the implementation stage, the farmer is actually implementing the technology. Either it can be in a small scale, started with a small scale and then progress to a larger scale, or in the whatever land he is having, he might be implementing in there. So friends and relatives are needed when you are developing an interest in the technology, especially in the persuasion stage. They will be more helpful. Okay, friends and relatives, so they will not come. They are not suitable, the question is asked, so A can become. And second one is poster and newspaper. Poster and newspapers, what they are doing, they are attention seeking medias, right? So which means if you want to know about a technology, the knowledge regarding a technology can be best get through poster and newspaper. So it will go in the knowledge stage. So this will also not coming. in the implementation stage. Result demonstration also a type of persuasion. It will not also come. And local leaders and personal visit. So when you are implementing something, you might need the help of local leaders and the personal visit of extension agent or something. So the option will be A, B, and C. Next question. In case of social stratification, the determinants of status are social stratification. Stratification means the society will be turned into different stratas. Stratas means different layers, which means the people will be placed in different layers in a vertical order, which is characterized by wealth, which is arranged by wealth. Okay, so the determinant of status is wealth only. Based on money, the people will be assigned to different status in a society. Okay, ancestry will be leading to not status. It will lead to the caste system. Caste system. Functional utility of the individual also doesn't matter here, because whatever job he is doing there, if the person is doing the job correctly, then the person is having the functional utility in the society, right? But that is not a determinant of the status. Next one, religion and biological characteristics. Biological characteristics, though, we cannot change only, and religion also in generally in our societal context, it is not changeable one, but obviously it can be changed. Uh, but biological characteristics, it is considered as an ascribed one, right? Ascribed one, which is like caste is also an ascribed one, which is assigned by the society or the culture. Okay. So in contrast, status can be changed. If the person works more and hard more and earn more, he can become to the upper strata of the society. So the option is A only, first one. Next question. The ideal size of a flashcard to be used in a group of 30 farmers should be of. So these are like some of the mug-up kind of questions. So if the group is between 10 to 25, generally we will say, so the size of the flashcard will be 10 into 12 inches. If the group is between 30 to 50, then we will tell that it will be 15 to 20 inches. Flashcard will be there. So here they have asked 30. It is a little more here, but the answer is 10 to 12 only, because for a large number of group only 15 to 20 is given. So here we can select 10 to 12 inches, option 2. So the next question is, to increase the milk production of buffalo within one month is an example of objective, aim, goal, and target. So here, to increase the milk production of buffalo within 1 month, which means a time period is specified. Okay, so you know the definition of goal, which is distance in any given direction one is expected to go during a given period of time. So time is specified in goal. So here the answer is goal. So say if you are taking objective is the expression of end towards which the efforts are directed. Okay. So an end will be there, which means to increase the milk production of buffalo within from 12 liter to 14 liter. Say, for example, if you are telling, then you can consider it as an objective. Aim is a broad and generalized statement. Okay, so if you want to rephrase this statement into aim, then it will be to increase the milk production of buffalo. That much it will be coming in the aim. So when the time is specified, you can go with the goal. Target is also a more specified thing. Okay. Here the answer is goal, third option. So the next question, seed rate for the cultivation of red gram in kilogram per hectare. This is a general agriculture question. So it's a direct question. The answer is 12 to 15 kilogram per hectare. Next question is the statement 1. The statement 1 is unfelt need is the need of which people are aware at present. This is also called a recognized need. So needs are two types, felt need and unfelt need. Okay. Felt need is the one which are people aware at present. So if they are having a water scarcity in the field, so they are feeling that field. They understand that there is a need for water in the field. Okay, in the area. So that is a felt need. It is also called a recognized need. In fact, unfelt need is the one which people are not aware at the moment of time. Say for example, climate change. climate change is happening. So they may not need get the need that there is something we have to do regarding the resources to make it for a sustainable future. So that might can be turned as a unfelt need. Okay. So both the statements are wrong only. Both statement 1 and 2 are false. Option B. Next question. Arrange the rural development programs implemented in India from the earliest to the most recent. So this is asked about the years in which the programs are launched. So we have to arrange it. Community Development Program CDP started in 1952. Okay. DWCRA Dwakra, Development of Women and Children in Rural Area. So it started in 1982. Okay. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana started in 2016 and National Food Security Mission started in 2007 and Integrated Rural Development Program started in 1978. Okay, so the first one will be Community Development Program followed by IRDP, DWCRA, National Food Security Mission in the 4th place, and finally Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. A, E, B, D, C. A, E, B, D, C option is first one. Okay. Regarding schemes and years and major mission under which ministry they are coming, like what are the major mission of the program implemented and who implemented or the which organization implemented these programs, these are commonly asked questions. Okay, next is again a statement question. First one, journalism's first obligation is not the truth. That is a wrong statement because whatever be the journalism, it is based on the truth. The truth only it will be shared as a news. Okay, so first statement is wrong, and second one, journalism's practitioners must maintain dependence from those they cover. This is also a wrong statement because for a fair and a justice journalism work, they should not depend. They should be independent from those they cover. If in case if you are covering some political personality, so if you are dependent on them, you cannot show what exactly is happening there, right? Like you can think and write. So both the statements are wrong. The answer is B. Both statement 1 and 2 are false. Okay. Coming to next question. First statement, perfection is seldom achieved without practice. This is a correct statement which states that without practice, it is very difficult to attain perfection. That is correct one. Second statement, learning to use a sprayer correctly does not require practice several times over. That is a wrong statement because learning to use a sprayer correctly does require the principle of practice you might have studied. So principle of practice says that you need continuous practice in order to achieve perfection. So both the in the first statement is correct and the second statement is wrong. So the option is C. First statement is correct, second statement is false. Next question. These all are economics portion. Next question. Which of the following is a communication technique where the farmer and the farm families are not at home nor in their fields? Not at home nor in their fields when the extension professional visit. So an extension professional come for a visit in a particular field and the farmer or the farm family is not there. When they went to the field, they are not in their field also, not in the home also. So that the extension professional will leave a flag there. Okay, so he will leave a flag there with the written the problems. What are the problems in the fields he observed? So when the person or the farmer or farm family come back to the field, he will see the flag and then they will go to the extension people for the particular solution, which is known as a flag method. It is not office call where that telephone call will be made from the farmer, and circular letter, which means a letter will be sent to the farmers at a time, many farmers at a time by the extension agent, and not a telephone call also. So the answer is flag method. Next question. Which one of the following are the primary colors in drawing and painting? We already saw the color wheel. In that, we remember the primary colors are red, blue, and yellow. Okay. RBY, always remember RBY, primary colors are red, blue, and yellow. So here the option is red, blue, yellow, white. White is not a primary color. So RBY, A, B, and C only. Option is third one. Okay. Next question. The members of this group are alike or similar in status or position in the class system of a society is called a horizontal group, vertical group, in-group, and reference group. Okay, horizontal group means, actually the question is a definition of the horizontal group, which is the members of the group are similar in status or in the position in the class system. So, for example, if you are telling you are taking a group of doctors or a group of teachers you are taking, so they are almost similar in their status or position in the society. Okay, so they can be termed as a horizontal group. And vertical group means it is a group in which many they are having some similar properties, but the group involves people from different strata or different status or different position. Okay, say for example you are taking a religious group, a temple group, or a church group you are taking. In that many people will be there, they all are united by the component called a religion, but still many people from very higher class or lower class, very varying statuses or position in the society will be included. So that is a vertical group. In group means a very intimate group of a person, which means he identify himself in the group there. Say for example, if you're finding out a peer group, you can tell, or in the same example we can take a religious group we are telling. The members will be, the person will be a member of the group and he will have a very intimate relation also. Reference group is the one, the person may not be a member of the particular group, but he follows the norms and the behaviors and all of that programs. Maybe some elite group if he is seeing, and he might follow the norms and behavior, how the people are behaving in that group, and so that he behaving like that. So in this question, they just ask the members of the group similar in status or position. So the answer is horizontal group. Okay. Next question. Which one of the following is the most suitable extension teaching method for the problem of rat control in a village? So if you read the book of extension by G.L. Ray, the problem for rat control itself, the same example is given in case of campaign. Campaign is the one you do when you have to do and need a sudden action. If you have a sudden action and some the program affect the whole community or a whole village, and you go for a sudden action so that you can say we can adopt campaign. Group discussion is for a group of people, maybe up to maximum of 100 people or something. Group meeting also, it is all limited by the number of the people. Okay, so radio talk is a mass media, radio is a mass media, but the problem is not for a particular village you cannot broadcast an entire program, and also not for a particular problem also. So here the apt option is campaign only, A only. Okay. Next question. The gestation period in the cow is, it's also a factual question only, 280 to 285 days. It vary for cow and buffalo. So for cow it is 280 to 285 days. Next question. In drawing and painting, see, regarding the color theory, this is the third question in the color theory. Okay. So in the total from the communication and communication methods, these in this question paper there are a lot number of questions have already came, mostly in the form of statement questions itself. Okay, so first statement, in drawing and painting, black and white are not considered to be colors, which is a correct statement because black is generally considered as an absent of colors and white is considered as a sum of colors. Okay, so in drawing and painting, they will not come in either primary or secondary or tertiary colors. So the first statement is correct. Second statement, yellow color is not considered as one of the primary colors in drawing and painting. Second statement is false because we know the primary colors are red, blue, and yellow. So second statement is wrong and first statement is correct. Option is C. The first high-yielding variety HYV of rice, Jaya, was released by ICAR in the year. And this is also a factual question. Answer is 1968. HYVP, high-yielding variety program, started in 1966. Just remember that. Next question. Widely distributed and cultured fish species in the world are silver carp, grass carp, common carp, leviorota, and mercier. The answer is grass carp only. even in this question paper, not only from general agriculture, also from veterinary, dairy, fisheries also questions have came. So when you're studying, just take a look on that also. These all are already discussed. Next question. Who said that the sole purpose of communication is to influence people? The persuasive function of communication, that is to induce people, is extremely important for extension in changing their behavior. So the definition, the sole purpose of communication is to influence people, is given by Berlow. Don't get confused. The purpose of communication is to persuade, is persuasion, is told by Aristotle. But the sole purpose of communication is to influence people, was told by Berlow. Okay. Next question. Which of the following are types of teleconferencing? Okay, so the options are audio teleconferencing, video teleconferencing, computer teleconferencing, audio graphics teleconferencing. So the teleconferencing may be through voices or through videos, or it can be through television, or it can be through computers, and along with the audio, text and images are also can be transferred from one device to another. So all the types are belong to the teleconference. Okay, so option A, B, C and D can be coming. So option is fourth one, all A, B and C. Next question. Which one of the following is the eligibility criteria for the recently announced PM Kisan Samman Scheme? PM Kisan Samman Scheme was launched in 2019. Okay, it is a scheme for financial supplement for the landholders. Okay, it should be a landholder, and around 6,000 rupees per year is sent to the farm family in 3 installments. Okay. So they are asked the eligibility criteria of the PM Kisan Samman. It is like the family should, the monetary benefit, it is for the family. Family as a unit with less than 1 hectare land is given. Okay, so it is not for individual, it is for family and less than 1 hectare land. So the answer is B. Next is a general agriculture question. Here, the herbicides and the chemical group to which they belong are given. So the in the benzoic acid group, dicamba or amiben will come, and chlorophenoxy compounds, 2,4-D and MCPA will come. And the group of anilids, propanol will come, and in the group of carbamate, profam and barban will come. So the answer is A3, B4, C1, D2, option D. Next question is statement 1. Statement 1, extension communication is never complete without feedback information. Extension communication is never complete without feedback information. We saw we are talking, we as an extension agent talking to a farmer. Okay, unless and until we get an information what is happening at the grassroots level when the farmer to the research institution or whatever be the higher institutions, extension communication is incomplete. Okay, so the first statement is correct. Second statement, feedback has not been considered to be an essential element. Different models of communication. Yeah, we have seen different models starting from the Aristotle, Laswell model, Shannon, Weaver, Schramm and all. Actually, Berlow has introduced the concept of feedback in the communication model. So until that, whatever be the models of communication came into the came, they didn't consider that feedback as an element. Okay, so the second statement is also correct one. Answer A. Both the statement 1 and 2 are true. See, from the communication chapter, so many questions came there too in the sentence, like statement type of question. So more than mugging up the point objective textbooks, try to read the textbook itself. Okay, so the next one is Sriniketan project, Ideal Village project, Itawa pilot project, National Extension Service. So left hand side they have given project, in the right hand side the years in which it is launched. Okay, so Sriniketan project started by Rabindranath Tagore. It started in 1920. Ideal Village project, or also known as Model Village. Okay, Model Village, started by Daniel Hamilton in 1903. 1903. ICAR pilot project by Albert Mayer. It started in 1948, and National Extension Service (NES) started in 1953. Community Development Program 1952, National Extension Service 1953, Community Development Blocks 1954. Just whenever you are getting a chance to remember the years, try to remember, because many years are there in the extension also, in the economics also. So and they are like very compulsory questions also. They will ask in every year. So just be careful. Here the answer is first option, A3, B1, C2 and D4. Next question is from General Agriculture. The combined harvester is a popular farm machinery used for the following purposes in rice and wheat crop farming. Combined harvester. The name itself is combined harvester. So along with the harvesting, it will do threshing also. The answer is D, second one. Okay. Next one, RLEGP, one of the major rural development programs, is meant for. RLEGP, Rural Landless Employment Guarantee Program, started in 1983. It's an old scheme. Rural Landless Employment. Okay, in the name itself it is there. It is for rural landless people, not for rural land owners or educated or farmers. Of course, it is for Rural Landless Employment Guarantee Program. Okay. So the next question, which of the following is or are based on improving knowledge? So you know there are three domains for learning. Learning has three domains. First one is cognitive domain. Cognitive domain means it deals with the knowledge. So when you're teaching someone, if you're taking a lecture, say for example, what is the technology and how to use the technology, these all will comes under the knowledge part. Okay, cognitive domain. And the second domain is affective domain. Affective domain, it deals with the emotions. Okay. So if the technology is having any past experience with the learner, or like how he is perceiving it to himself. Okay. They all, whatever related with the emotions will comes under the affective domain. The third one is psychomotor domain with the actions. Okay. So when he take the knowledge and accept it and he is implementing it. Okay. So this will go to the psychomotor domain, third domain. The adoption domain, nothing. There is no domain like that. So here it is asked which of the following is based on improving knowledge. So the knowledge component is in the cognitive domain. A only, option A. This is a general agriculture question. Match the following. In the left hand side, there is the major diseases, and in the right side, the pathogen associated with it. Okay. So root rot of cotton is caused by Rhizoctonia bataticola, and rhizome rot of ginger caused by Pythium myriotylum, and root rot of apple is caused by Rosalenia necatrix, and black scarf of potato by Rhizoctonia solani. Okay, so here the answer is fourth one, third one, A3, B1, C2 and D4. Next question, given below are two statements. Vertisol is the common soil order for the red soil. That is the wrong statement. Altisol is the soil order for red soils, and brackish water has nitrate soil. That is also a wrong statement. So both the statement 1 and 2 are false. So the next question, principle of learning by doing involves use of. So you know, Hasan Parker has identified that learning takes place through different senses, which are taste, touch, smell, hear and see. Hearing and see. Okay. So through taste only 1%, through touch 1.5%, through smell 3.5%, by hearing 7%, and the 83% of learning through see. So just remember this one, and as we involve the use of more and more number of senses involved, the learning by doing, like here the question is asked about the principle of learning by doing, which means more than number of senses are involved, the learning will be higher. Okay, so the answer is maximum number of senses, option A. Next one, according to the form, which of the following is not the visual aid? So, poster is a visual aid. We can see whatever is displayed, and exhibition, obviously exhibits also can be considered as a visual aid. Farm and home visit, it means that the extension agent will be visiting the farm or the home of the farmer. That is not a visual aid. Chart is also a visual aid. So the answer is third one, C. Write the sequence of the stages of the adoption process. Again, the stages are asked to keep it in the order. So adoption process, just remember the AIETA, attention, first awareness, sorry, second one interest, evaluation, trial, and adoption. Answer is A, C, E, B, D. Option fourth one, A, C, E, B, D. Okay, so this is the answer. These are related to economics. So this is the last question. This is a general agriculture question. On the left hand side, they have given common bread wheat, macaroni wheat, emmer wheat, and the einkorn wheat. And the right side, they have given the scientific name. Okay, so common bread wheat, scientific name is Triticum aestivum. And for macaroni wheat, it is Triticum durum. And for emmer wheat, it is Triticum dicoccum. And in einkorn wheat, that is Triticum monococcum. A3, B1, C2, and D4. A3, B1, C2, and D4. The answer is fourth one. So this is the question. I didn't explain much regarding the general agriculture question because that is completely dependent on each year. The repetitive questions are very less. But anyway, try to prepare. But the extension part, even though 2020 question paper is a comparatively little bit difficult in compared to the 21, 22, or 23 question papers, but still, this is a question where they asked more regarding the statement type of questions from the textbook itself, and some out of syllabus also it came, not out of syllabus, but some terminology or some words which are not at all familiar with the JRF at the JRF level they have been asked. So anyway, prepare well. All the best for your entrance examination. Okay.